Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy full first week of November. We got so much going on. Mars is still stationing, so it's full stop. Frustration. Y'all, I can speak to that right now on its way to going retrograde. So this morning alone, my entire email system just went took a big old poo. I can't get into it. And my emails for whatever's are kind of a hot mess at the moment. We're working on rectifying that. Don't know if that's going to happen. So I may need to start from scratch, which is crazy, but the opportunity of that is to reestablish it. It's happened before where I accidentally deleted a crap ton of email people. And so if that's you, I apologize. Right now, we're trying to get it back on track. As soon as I have either it up and running or I have a new link for people to sign up, I will let you know. Also, my website is offline too. So if you want an appointment, or you're trying to get in contact with me, just fire off an email to soulcoachstudio@gmail.com. That will definitely come to me. As far as like a newsletter this week, I don't know. So hopefully you will see this on Facebook. You will see this on the YouTubes. You will see this with like a little note that says, hey, come and hang out and watch the reading or the weekly energy report on YouTubes or Facebook if you're on Instagram. So that's where you can find me for right now. It's Instagram, Facebook, and right here on YouTube. Um, Anyways, I'm gonna go over here and just say hello to anybody. So today, hopefully this is live. Let me just, double check. It should say that it is. Yep, my live thing is there. Let's see. Am I live over here? Because that always helps, right? To make sure that the technology is working since I'm having some challenges with that today. Okay, so yep, that should be good too. Anyways, welcome, welcome, welcome. So if the feeling of frustration, much like mine, is similar in your world, my email was going to say, slow it down. Um, and it just is one of those things where it's going to feel like Mercury retrograde, same kind of electronic frustrations, or when you're trying to get something done that you've been working towards. So, my invitation to you through all of this that Spirit has given me that I want to share with you is we just need to slow it down. Slowing it down. I even said to Darren this morning, who is a web wizard, and he was even trying to fix it, and it was just butting our heads up against the wall. I just finally said to him, I love you for trying to help me fix this. All is well right now. The day has to continue, and we're just going to slow it down. We're going to do the live stream, and then I'm going to attend to my clients, and then I'll figure out the email situation, and hopefully it'll work. But if you're having that similar frustration of banging your head up against the wall because you're like, why isn't this freaking working? I'm going to encourage you to slow down, stop, find the opportunity. It might be, maybe I need to rethink this because we are coming up on a full moon. So it's releasing what doesn't serve me. It might even be, electronic oriented. It might be like, because we are in Taurus, it's a blood moon. There's going to be a lot of confusion and mixed messages and some truths being told. There's also, the full moon aspect in Taurus, eclipse, Mars retrograde, lots of other cosmic stuff going on. So, just what I'm going to encourage y'all to do is understand that the universe is always conspiring for your highest good. Okay, so even if it feels like it isn't, it is. And with that in mind, maybe asking yourself, okay, what am I so frustrated about? What is missing that's causing my frustration? And where can I support myself in that area? So, from that perspective, you might be feeling that frustration when whatever life area that is career, romance, relationship with friends and family, spirituality, uh, well being. Where am I feeling that kind of I'm butting up against the wall and it's driving me a little bit berserk? To say to yourself, look, I can co create in the space within myself or I can be part of the storm and be just continue to be frustrated. So encouragement is step back, take a breath, remind yourself that the universe is conspiring in your favor. All is well for and things are unfolding for your best and highest good and the good of all involved. Okay? And from that space, maybe step away, do something different, do something creative, and then allow answers to flow in. So I've been working on redoing my website and moving from one platform to another. So if you tried to log in, you may notice that it's not there anymore because it's getting moved to a new space, which will be a lot more fun and accessible with video and audio. Because I was on a podcast recently and now I have a space to put that. So I'm excited about all that stuff. The email thing might be a little bit more complicated, so I'm having technology issues. So all of this is in my fifth house, which is like business and purpose and all that business. So I can see why I'm just like, okay, take a breath, step back. It's all cool. Oh, good morning, Rose. How are you? Um, so for you, figure out where's the frustration? What pie wedge in the wheel of your life is being poked, and then ask yourself, what do I need to do to support myself better in that area? Not seek the answer outside. What can I do to support myself better in that area? And it might be, I'm just going to stop trying to force things and just go do something else, maybe take a nap. So like if you are also witnessing, because full moon happens tomorrow, tomorrow's election day, lots of politics maybe kind of erupted. So if you are one of those people that are getting all upset on one side or the other, it doesn't matter, what side you're on. I'm not a big proponent of this division business, but if you turn on the news and it upsets you, turn it off. If you're on social media and people are posting things that are triggering, go find something else to look at. Stop doom scrolling. Do the things that support your balance and well-being throughout this period. We got another 2 weeks of this. And the eclipse stuff is happening. So you have all this energy that is, if eclipses really, really quickly remove stuff that doesn't serve, whether you like it or not, and start you on a path of unfolding in a new space. So that's why things have been feeling kind of weird, because you might be trying to go at things in the old way. Like, I love the email stuff. Maybe that's not how I'm supposed to go. I need to take a step back and be like, maybe it's video. Maybe it's this. Maybe this is what I need to be doing more of and focusing on. And that's just the way it is. And I can rebuild my email stuff later. So understand that from this perspective of when stuff doesn't work, instead of trying to bang your head against the wall and figure out why it's not working, or making it work, or hand jamming it to make it work, and just getting upset and cussing and whatever, instead take a step back. Go find something else to do. Say to yourself, all is well. There's a reason for this. You can go make a sandwich and be. It's really challenging. I do as I say, not as I do, because I'll tell you, right up until about 10:50, I was like, can I not? What, I'm in my C panel and doing all these things that are not my zone of genius, trying to fix stuff, and it's just not really happily working. So I will so I thought, you know what? I'm going to step away. I'm going to do my online reading with the cards, because of all the cosmic stuff going on that's building to that full moon tomorrow, that's building into the Mars retrograde going on right now. I'm just going to slow down, because that's the message for this whole thing is slow down. Take a breath. Stop reacting, start responding. And the only way to do that is to stay in awareness and stay with yourself as you're triggered, as stuff happens, so that you can say to yourself, what is it that I need? And what can I do within myself, not externally, within self, to support and move forward? And I'm going to tell you, it's going to include a lot of grace. Okay. So that's the message for the channeled message that I wanted to bring in from the cosmic happenings. I do also want to the cards. We're going to pull some cards and we're going to say, okay, for this week, what do we need to know? Because I do want to make a point that it's not like, go hide your kids, hide your wife time. This is all happening. So the rest of the month, even though it might feel a little bit like I'm kind of swimming in uncharted waters, the fact is that what we're doing is creating fertile ground, because things have to die and compost, right? To create this fertile ground that new seeds come next year are going to sprout and blossom. And so doing that kind of thing isn't always gorgeous, isn't always glitter, isn't always rainbows. Sometimes it's stinky and poopy. I mean, literally. So, just from that perspective, know that this is just stuff, just let yourself undo so that you can redo, okay? And just be gentle with self. Give yourself, extra time buffers in your day. If you need a nap, take it. If you need to go for a walk on your coffee break, do that. Make sure you're grounding a lot during this time because you're going to need it. Okay. And doing that helps you ground so that when you do have that takeoff moment, when you do have that clarity that comes, when you do start moving more intentionally, I think that's the other purpose of the slowdown is to really ground into what we want, who we are, where we want to go, so that you can make conscious and intentional movements. And that doesn't happen at warp speed. That happens with slowness. Remember, like I have clients that are like, I want to talk about my priorities. Remember, priority is never meant to be plural. Priority is number one. You can't have more than one priority. So, from that perspective, if we slow down and focus on one thing at a time, which I know is not the norm, that's when you will feel the forward motion. And it'll be slower, more intentional. It won't be that warp speed we're used to, but you will have these aha moments as you unfold to where you'll be like, oh my gosh, that moved more quickly than I thought or it felt like because I took intentional steps. I took conscious, intentional, slow, mindful steps. And then all of a sudden it was there. So Darren used to say, slow is smooth, smooth is fast, which I think is some kind of kung fu thing. But it's true. When we go too fast, we skip things, we miss things, we trip, we fall, get in a car wreck, all of this kind of stuff. So if we slow down and are more mindful and remember that the antidote to stress is kindness, that's where we will find the support we need within self. So what else do we need to know, Spirit, for this week to navigate all this kind of like interesting transformational energy? That's what I'm going to call it. So interesting. What do we need to know to deal with the eclipse transformational energy? Because we're not deal with it, but navigate it so it is for our highest good, for our ease and grace, if we choose that that's our path. Okay. That one's there. This one goes here. Lots of upside downs this week, you guys. And I love White Raven Spirit. Okay. And so the Canary Spirit is sing your own song. Sing your own song. So stand in, and again, upside down when it shows up means I didn't know, I forgot I knew that, or I know that and I don't wanna. So from my feelings that I'm getting is I know, but I don't wanna, because there's this like weird ickiness that humans feel during change. And it's because we like to kind of sit in our comfort zone and like, eat ice cream under the tree. But when you say you discover you're lactose intolerant, you can't sit under the tree and eat ice cream anymore because it makes you have a bellyache. And so even though it's like your mouth's like, but I love ice cream, and your belly's like, but we don't, you got to sit there and say to yourself, okay, it's time for me to change. And I can either go with the flow and find something else that I like just as much, that my body also enjoys. So I'm living in alignment and harmony with my well being, or I can fight it and be grumpy. So singing, so I think when I see the upside downness, it's I knew that, but I don't wanna, is that whole kind of same concept I just described. And I know I want to be my authentic self. I know, but people might not like me. People might laugh at me. People might talk behind my back. I might lose friends. Here's the thing. This whole week is all about these enormous transformational experiences. Like, come this time next week, you're going to look at who you are right now and be like, who the hell was that? You might read and see an email you sent and be like, did I say that? Really? That was my perspective? That's weird. And so having that in the back of your head of there's going to be some warp speed stuff, and it's either I can flow with it or I can fight it. And I feel like knowing at the forefront that sometimes we're afraid to be our authentic selves, but knowing that the beauty in the transformation of stepping into who we really are. Rose, I love how you always say being the star of your own movie or being in your own frame, and frame meaning the frame of the film. I think that that's a huge, huge thing right now. So if everybody would be the star of their own movie and write their own script and be true to that script, that's how you're going to thrive. And I'm saying to you, step into that that authenticity, even though it might feel a little scary right now. Okay. Second, the helper card is the white raven spirit. Now, I love this one, and it's trust in the magic. So understand what it is this is something I think is I forgot. You know, I forgot that I'm supposed to trust in the magic. We do awfully um in a lot of cases, we might come on here and watch and hang out and look at the reading and everything and be like, "Ooh, okay." And then you pack up, the reading ends and off you go back to your life, and we compartmentalize and say, "Okay, well, I can't be spiritual at work or with these group of friends or with this family member." But the fact is, we have to start seeing ourselves as whole beings and know that authenticity that we're working on stepping into and working on the whole idea of it's okay and it is safe for me. Here's your affirmation. It is safe for me to step into and live within my authentic self, to live authentically for myself. The universe has my back. The more I live authentically as who I really am, and I live my life that way, the more compensated I am, the more life steps to me, and the more unfolding I do, and the more higher good I find, and the more love, and all of this. Okay, so trusting in that magic that the universe has your back. The more you step into it, the more you step in, the more the universe leans in. That's the law of compensation. It's how it works. And then I love this. You cannot make this up. Be bold and fearless, Badger spirit. I love how the Badger's kind of like, has that fuck around and find out look on his face, but is covered in flowers. What that says is, you know what? Here's the deal. If you show up and sing your own song, even if it's scary, know that the magic is there. So it's time to be bold and fearless. Okay? That's what's got to go on. And I can't make it up when I say, like, we started with sing your own, oops, wrong one. Sing your own song, upside down. I don't wanna, I'm scared, right? And then gentleness comes in and says, it's okay, trust in the magic, everything's cool. And then it's like, bam, in the practical, because we do spiritual, practical, right? And no bullshit, because I'm not gonna mess with you. But the spiritual is, no, the magic is there. Practical is be bold and lean into it. Because if the law of compensation states that the more you lean in, the more the universe leans in, right? And the law of attraction is whatever you are, you receive. So if I am authentic, I connect and receive more authenticity from others. So if you want more trust, you want more security, you want more authentic interaction with other folks, be authentic in your own being. Step into that. Be bold and fearless in being who you are and showing up as you are from your heart center. And that's when you start attracting all those things. So that transformation that we're going through this week that might feel a little bumpy, the more you lean in, the more you're brave and fearless about that authentic version of you, the easier this eclipse season will be for you. The easier this full moon of release and gratitude and implementation of that which is for you will be easier. It won't feel so icky. It won't feel like you want to go into the safety burrito of your bed. Okay, so that is the reading for this week. I hope that's helpful. I'm sorry this is a little bit short, but I do have to hop onto client calls right now. But just a quick reminder this Friday, which is 11/11/22. Do you not love that? I love 11/11/22. We're going to do the 2023 New Year reading for the collective. So make sure you mark it on your calendar, 11:30 Central Time, right here on the YouTube channel and on Facebook. Um, and join me. That is not going to be card pulls. It's going to be like a group reading that is for everyone to know the energy of the whole thing. And then I'm going to open the calendar. And if you're a VIP, you already have the link for first dibs pre-sale for booking your personal session. But if you are not on that list and there's openings left by Friday, you'll be invited to schedule your session for your own private 2023 navigation. Okay. And it's, as one of my clients called it, it's like a roadmap for the trip that you're going to take in 2023. So I hope that you join me for the collective one. And if you'd like your own personal one, that will be, the link will be given at that point on Friday, 11/11/22 at 11:30 Central Time, right here on the YouTube channel, on Facebook. And then the replays obviously will be there right after. So again, this week, I love you so much. Remember, step into your authenticity, sing your own song. Don't be afraid. It's okay. Remember that the magic is there. White Raven is there to support you. Universe has your back as you step into your authenticity, and just be bold and fearless to do it. Okay. And just self-care, 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 ground, ground, ground. That's all we can do right now. And to feel better, and just ride that wave. See what unfolds for you. See what is you're being invited to release through this full moon, lunar eclipse, and then see what will flow in, because it is only when we're an empty vessel that things can flow in. We can't you can't have new stuff unless you pour out the old. Okay. So I love you so much. I'll see you on Friday. But until then, I'll see you in the vortex. Have a good week, you guys. Bye.